start from the very beginning. I know we are all aware of what we call community lands. Community land. So, what is community land? Community land has to do with lands that are being allocated by a chief of a village or a chief of a community. Now, this land, according to Land Use Act, is not captured within the confine of the jurisdiction that is being stipulated in the Land Use Act. But however, based on the fact that we live in a land, and this has been an old way of allocation even before there was proper systemic restructuring, right? So some community, some village have equally carry on this pattern of land allocation, or let me use the word administration. Most persons buy into this type of land, and there are many reasons. It's cheap, right? But it's a very huge risk, because number one is that you cannot verify. You cannot even. There's not even title existing. Not talk of you verifying the title, because the government is not aware of this allocation. It's just the government is not aware of this allocation. You cannot confirm it. It's not very all right. So at the end of the day, when you're buying this type of land, you're only buying based on the fact that the chief told you that he has a land and it belongs to the village. And you have to be sure that whenever you buy this land, government can wake up any day and decide to demolish it, and they will not owe you any compensation whatsoever, because you don't have no legal rights. There's no legal jurisdiction backing that decision. Okay, so that's number one. So community land ordinary, we just captured it because it's in existence here. But is it legal? No. But are people buying it? Yes. What's the risk level? High. Okay. Then we have the second one, which is the area council. Now, Nigeria operates three levels of government. We have the local government, we have the state government, and we have the federal government. Now, on each levels of this government has the right to a certain allocation. Now, for the local government, they have right to do an allocation, usually within the rural area. Definitely, every land that within a state belongs to the state government, right? Then we also have the federal government. The federal government, right, who the head is the president, right, has a right also to allocation. So for those of us that lives in the FCT not being a state, operates this type of allocation, which is the local government allocation and the federal government allocation. So here we call it area council and FCD. FCD means Federal Capital Development Authority. Okay. So now area council, and so for lands that within area councils, within the jurisdiction of the rural area or the area council, have been allocated by the area council, and they are good, except for two things. Number one is that if you are buying an area council, and depending on the area council anyway, and to be honest, depending on the area council, okay, I have an area council project, two of them actually in J area council, right? And I know the reason why I pitched this project there, right? And not AMAC, because there are 4 area council in this in FCT, right? So depending on the area council. Now there are two major challenges with this type of allocation. Number one is the fact that because there is no proper database for accountability and transparency, so a certain land can be allocated more than once, right? But there's no clear-cut database. The second part is, so if you get an area council allocation within an FCDA layout, the FCDA can tomorrow decide to reallocate that land as FCDA. That becomes an issue for you. And we have seen that plays out in the past few years when the minister came on, Wike came on board as the minister of the FCT, right? So these are the two major problems with area council. But where this problem is not existing, there's no issue with buying into an area council land.